Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Excuse me. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. We're just going to dive right in to see what we can find for your journey up ahead. It's about 4 weeks into the future, which is basically mid-September until mid-October of 2021. So this can be anything and everything, probably towards your awakening path, spiritual path, just life journey overall. Take whatever resonates and feel where it fits in your life. You're going to have plenty of time to figure out whether this is your reading or not. So you can decide whether you want to come to the extension of this reading or not. And we're just going to go deeper and deeper into the message and see what we can find. So Sagittarius. Wow, it's taking a little bit of time here. Sagittarius. Do you feel like you need to be patient right now? Do you feel like you are expecting certain things to come in, but it takes a little bit of time, perhaps? And once we said that, let's see if it's easier to get the cards out. There you go. So definitely, it might be something you're waiting on right now, or you might be a little bit impatient. You might want to sort of, I don't know why I get this feeling like I want to get back. I want to get back as soon as I can, but I need to slow down a little bit still, or I need to take it a little bit calmer than maybe that I'm currently like able to do. So there's like a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of frustration, but there's an excitement there. I feel an eagerness to like get going. Friendship. Nurture your friendships. Let's see what this is about. Because we have different stages, different faces. So maybe that's telling you something. Different stages, different faces. And this can obviously be yourself. Like we're starting with a blue face, a little bit more naive, a little bit more juvenile face. And then we're coming to the... I know what's up. Excuse me. We're coming into more of a healing phase, the purple, and then we're stepping into the golden phase or golden age. So let's see where you're at and what's going on here. It can also be like you have several friends in your life right now, and you're all looking at things from a different perspective. I don't know if you necessarily are not seeing eye to eye on something, or you want them to see something from your perspective. I also see a hand that's being sort of, I don't know if somebody reaches out a hand to you, or you want to reach out a hand to someone, like reach out a branch of truth, like to just feel peaceful, give them if something has not been perfect, like you're reaching out a branch for them to sort of take, you're giving them an opportunity of forgiveness. You're giving them an opportunity to peace. This is an overall message here. And we have a lot of transformation. We have a lot of new messages coming in. Big transformation. Valleys and peaks. So let's see what this is about. Let's go deeper into the message here. Why is this here for Sagittarius, please? The blossoming and the transformation seems to go hand in hand. It's interesting to watch because like we have a lot of flowers sitting on top of this purple face, and then a lot of butterflies sitting on top of the golden face, and it feels like we're starting from the blue to the purple to the gold. So it feels like a natural rhythm to go that direction. And usually I probably would say there's a lot of transformation happening first, and then you blossom, so to speak. it feels like it feels like it blossomed first. I mean, would you need some sort of transformation in order for you to be able to blossom? No, not that big transformation, but I feel like you've reached this place of blossoming within yourself. It's like you just have followed like the next step after the other, and there's like a blossoming happening within you, and as this blossoming is happening within you, this transformation can take place. Does that make sense? So why is that here for Sagittarius, please? And if you see me or feel me, if there's I know some people can really feel my energy. And so if you feel my energy today and it feels a little bit restrained, and I promise I would never sit and do these readings unless I had clear communication, I had clear energy coming through. I always, like, I sit with your energy a little bit before I start to. So sometimes when I feel a little bit sick or a little bit like just tired, I might sometimes not get clear communication, and I always check in with myself or with my source first. And today I have one of those, like, it almost feels like I've strained my whole freaking, like, my whole shoulder and up into my neck, because I was just, my little boy woke up several times last night, could just not, he was just so restless, and just, he couldn't find it, like, peace in his body to really fall asleep. So eventually I just crawl up, laying right next to him, and I just, you get into those positions. And if you ever have had children, if you have children, and you've been with them like from when they were little, very small, and you carry them around, you sort of, or you try to make them go to sleep, or you don't want to wake them up, and you sort of put yourself in these positions where it's not beneficial for you whatsoever. But it's like, if you've dealt with the situation long enough, you just do whatever it takes to just get them to fall asleep, or just have them be as comfortable as they are. And yeah, I realized I didn't lay down next to him in the best of ways, but I had never imagined it to be this bad here today. And the only reason I'm telling you about it is because I do look a little bit stiff as I turn around and as I move, and some people might even catch that there's a little bit of resistance in my energy. That resistance, first and foremost, doesn't hinder the clear guidance today. I checked that. It's all good. And that resistance has nothing to do with you. So that's all me. I just want to say that. Okay. And now for some reason my throat, I don't know if that is you, but as soon as I started reading here today, my throat just doesn't want to clear up. My throat was perfectly fine before I started this reading. So some of you guys could really be working with your throat chakra right now, being really honest with yourself, being truthful with yourself and others, being honest about the path that you're on, talk your dream into reality, that type of thing. Okay, now, why is this card here for Sagittarius, please? That's very interesting. Either somebody's helping me now, and this is, it's always crazy because when I make these readings, okay, I just have to stop. Obviously, this has something to do with your reading. I never learn. So when I do these readings, obviously there is not a live audience. You're getting these readings afterwards, but the energy doesn't feel any time. So whatever I'm sitting here doing right now, as you're sitting on the other end and you're receiving this message, it doesn't matter if you receive this message like the day after, the day before, a month after, the energy is still here and now. Does that make sense? So what I'm picking up here now is that immediately, even if you have already felt it before I even told you about this thing, or after I told you about this thing, I feel like somebody is sending me light, is sending me healing here. Because the minute I just spoke it, so there's two things happening here. The minute I spoke it, and usually this happens when, well, maybe it's my sons a little bit. I do agree with that. So as soon as if I get you're ringing in my ear during a reading, I got a ringing in my ear, and then immediately it stops, and I know, no, it's not mine. As soon as I sort of have given, exactly as we started this reading, it took a while to get the cards out, and then I said, do you feel like something takes a while? And just as I gotten that message out, we got a card. I didn't need to, but so when the message has left me, the thing that was a message doesn't have to be in my body anymore. What was interesting here today is that the moment I said or shared that I do feel a little bit of pain here, is that one, I think it's really important to share your pain. As soon as you share your pain with somebody, it's not that painful anymore. And the second thing is that as soon as I share my pain, and it eased up, and I thought it was all mine, but obviously I have done it for my child. I've taken on his energy because he was not comfortable. And so, yes, I understand that a little part of this is my son's energy. And so I let go that a little bit just by sharing this with you. And I do thank you for that, because I did not put that together. I thought this was all me. And the third thing, I guess, I was going to say two, but the third thing is that someone out there is now sending me healing about this, whether you're listening to this one day after or 10 days after I posted this video. So I do thank you. And it's interesting because that leads us into time. What is now? What is tomorrow? What is the past? There's no such thing. That's just an illusion. So even though I record this, and how can I record? How can I record for a group of beings that is not here? Same thing. I record because energy doesn't feel time. We're in a time dimension, but that's not what time is here for. So there's a lot of messages in me coming in with this pain here today, and that's what I wanted to say. Like it's always fascinating to me that there's always an interaction. As soon as I feel like I have to share something, there is an interaction, or there's a point to everything. There's just a point to everything. Do you think we could get a card for this card now? Have we shared everything that we need to share? If we have, there should be a card here now. So both very similar in terms of right, so we're focusing in on the purple. So we remember that we had the blue, the purple, and the golden phase, golden age. We're very much focused on the purple here. So there's the blossoming before the transformation. That's what I felt, the blossoming before the transformation. It's so interesting because usually it would so be the other way around, but there's something about you needing, and I guess you're undergoing some sort of transformation in itself to get to this blossoming, but it feels like you've needed to slow down time, or slow down, which is interesting now that we talked about time is not significant here, or you needed to slow down your energy in order for you to blossom, like in order for you to fully come into your own alignment, to your own coherence, meaning what source and what your thought and what your words are saying should be completely in alignment. You're speaking, like I said, actually it has cleared up. So maybe that was really for you. When you have started to talk your dream into reality, when you are just talking, when there's no separation between what you know and what you speak. So you don't try to filter yourself, even though somebody else is out there and they might not understand. You don't filter, you can still use different type of languages so that the person that sits in front of you, there's an expression like, well, know your audience. Like if you speak to a dentist, you would use one language. Crappy analogy. If you're speaking to somebody that has maybe just started to wake up on this journey, you use one kind of language, but you never filter yourself. And if you're talking to like a shaman that has walked this awakening path for maybe thousands and thousands of years. You can use another language, but again, you're never filtering yourself. So there's something about not filtering yourself. Be completely honest and truthful with yourself, with your own life, with your own identity. I also want to say, and then it's about finding that true potential, finding that true identity, and blossoming in your own time, so the blossom happens, and then you're going to undergo some major transformation. Again, I would just want to say, it probably already feels like a little bit of a transformation since you're blossoming, but you just wait and see the kind of transformation that's going to take place after you blossomed, if that makes any sense. So we're focused on the purple. We're focused on the spiritual transformation right now. There's healing taking place as we speak. The high priestess there is always, for me, like, she is intuition personified. She knows her shelf. She knows her bookshelf really well. She knows herself, and she knows exactly which direction to go in because she listens to her intuition. She follows the guidance. And she can also be a great teacher for others. Sometimes she will show up when there's a lot of kids involved. Just when children is involved, she can show up. I get a very motherly, like around her and around the Empress, I can sometimes get a very motherly feeling. She knows her craft, she knows herself, she knows intuition, and therefore she knows where to go. She knows what direction to go in. But she can also be a teacher. She can really, really teach others. She can show others in what direction to go. And obviously, every person has their own direction. Every person has their own intuition. So we don't really need to point anyone in any direction ever, because that just means that, unless we feel really inspired to do so, or if they have asked for direction, usually there's no actual need to say anything, because they have their own inner guidance that shows them exactly where they need to go. But in this instance, I just feel like, okay, you're just following direction, you're following guidance right now as a high priestess, and it's going to lead you into success. Like, there's such movement forward here now. The Chariot, which speaks about success, it speaks about forward movement, and there you're going to see the result that you want to see. But it has so much to do with listening to your inner, speak your dream into reality, listen to your inner truth here. How do you move forward now? And it just feels, I know it's the easiest thing to say. It sounds easy, and it is simple. It's simple as heck, but it might not feel easy. It might feel complicated, and it might feel tough. But I'm telling you, intuition is your success moving forward. Intuition is taking yourself from one phase to another, from one stage to another, to move forward, and to just to listen to that intuition. That's why I say, it sounds so simple. It is simple. It sounds easy, but it can really feel complicated. So what are you saying? If I just follow my guidance, I'm okay? That's exactly what I'm saying. And we all know that. And I don't think there's too many people that you don't actually miss the guidance. You actually get the guidance. You actually understand the guidance. But what we do with it, whether we act on it and we follow it sort of blindly, trustingly is more fun and securing to say. If we follow it trustingly, or if you feel like, no, that doesn't sort of fit your criteria, it doesn't fit where you said you were wanting to go. So there's something very, very simple about this here today. Listen to your intuition, just follow guidance, and you're promised success moving forward. There's this speed of light here, feeling that you're going to pick up so much speed, you're going to pick up so much energy moving forward on your path, where you were a little bit frustrated and maybe a little bit impatient, that you have this urge, like it feels like you need to calm down. It feels like you need to just all in its own time, but you're a little bit hesitant about this, like feeling of there's like a, I don't know, give and take, push and pull feeling here. You can move forward, but it's still sort of not yet. Time is not, what is it with time here today? You can move forward, yes, but like in your own blossoming way. Just let's listen to the guidance where you're going right now. And as you're more and more blossoming, as you more and more come into yourself, then is where your big transformation starts to take place. The High Priestess listens to her intuition. She is intuition personified. It could also be a very important relationship entering your life, because we have 2 unicorns there, and usually they talk about a soulmate connection taking place. So we're going to see what else we can find here for you. I feel it didn't feel too cryptic as we started, and I feel, or you feel like I couldn't even make sense whether this is my reading or not. Trust your intuition. See what I did there? To whether you should listen to the extension or not, we're going to go deeper into the message and see what else we can find there for you. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching. Sagittarius, I hope to see you soon. Bye.